The night Layla Karim disappeared, the city was sweating under a broken summer heatwave. Karachi's streets pulsed with engines, neon, and impatience, the kind of night where tempers frayed and secrets felt heavier than usual. Layla didn't plan on disappearing. She planned on going home at 10:47 p.m. She stood under the flickering yellow light outside the Sapphire Mall, phone pressed to her ear, her red dupatta slipping from her shoulder. "Yes, Amma," she said, shifting her weight as a motorbike roared past. "I'm coming. I just need a ride." She tapped the app again, searching for driver. Layla was 26, an investigative journalist with the Crescent Herald, and tired in the way people get tired when they know too much. She had spent the last 6 months chasing a story that refused to stay quiet. Land scams, missing persons, police collusion. The kind of story that didn't like being written. Her phone buzzed. Ride confirmed. Driver, Adilar, vehicle, white Corolla, Ita, 3 minutes. Layla exhaled. She adjusted her bag, unaware that this would be the last ride she ever took. One Inspector Faraz Khan was halfway through cold biryani when the call came in. "Missing person," he muttered, wiping his hands. At this hour, he listened, his expression tightening. A journalist, female, last seen entering a ride. Hailing car near Sapphire Mall. Phone switched off shortly after. By the time Faraz reached the scene, the mall was closing, guards yawning, cleaners dragging mops across marble floors. The CCTV footage showed Layla clearly. She stepped into a white Corolla at 10:53 p.m., paused as if saying something to the driver, then disappeared inside. No struggle, no screams. Driver's name, Faraz asked. Adil Raza. The junior officer replied, registered on the app. Address traces to Korangi. Faraz nodded slowly. Too clean, too ordinary. Let's find him. 2. Adil Raza didn't answer his phone. By morning, the white Corolla was found abandoned near an industrial area by the Liari River. Doors unlocked. Inside, the car smelled faintly of cheap air freshener and fear. Faraz crouched beside the back seat. There was a small tear in the fabric, almost invisible unless you knew how to look. Blood, maybe, or grease. "What do you think?" the officer asked. "I think," Faraz said quietly, "this wasn't a random crime." 3. Layla's mother, Samina Karim, sat rigid in her apartment, fingers wrapped around a tasbih she hadn't stopped counting since dawn. She wouldn't just vanish. Samina said, "My daughter is brave, but she's not careless." Faraz believed her. He'd read Layla's work. She asked the questions others were afraid to. What was she working on? He asked. Samina hesitated. She told me, if something happened to her, I should call her editor. Faraz raised an eyebrow. And did she say why? She said some stories don't like daylight. 4. The editor, Junaid Malik, looked exhausted. She was onto something big, he admitted. A transport mafia operating under the cover of ride-hailing services. Drivers recruited from criminal networks. Women going missing. Cases buried. Faraz leaned forward. Did she name anyone? She had names, files. She was supposed to publish next week. Where are those files now? Junaid swallowed. That's the problem. They were on her laptop, and it's missing. 5. Adil Raza's apartment was empty. Too empty. No clothes in the cupboards. No food in the fridge. Like a man who never planned to come back. Faraz stood by the window, looking down at the narrow street. Runaway driver. The junior officer said, probably panicked. Or paid. Faraz replied, on the floor half. Hidden under a rug, Faraz spotted something small and metallic. A USB drive. 6. The USB changed everything. Late into the night, Faraz watched footage that made his stomach churn. Dashcam recordings, audio files, scanned documents. Layla's voice narrated calmly, methodically. This is proof, she said in one recording. Drivers flagged for complaints are reassigned, not removed. Police reports are altered. At least 17 women missing in the last 2 years. One name kept repeating. Bilal Qureshi, transport contractor, Political donor, untouchable. Faraz leaned back. He knew the name. Everyone did. This is a death sentence, he murmured. 7 the next morning, Faraz received a warning. An unlisted number. Inspector. The voice said smoothly, "You're digging where you shouldn't." Faraz smiled thinly. "That's my job." A pause. Then, "Some rides don't have returns." The line went dead. 8. They found Layla's phone 2 days later, smashed and dumped near the river. No body, no witnesses, just silence. Public pressure mounted. Protests outside police headquarters. Headlines screamed, "Where is Layla Karim?" Faraz felt the walls closing in. Superiors told him to slow down. Files went missing. Witnesses recanted, but the USB stayed hidden in his desk drawer, burning like a secret. 9. A break came from an unlikely place. A traffic warden, barely 20, approached Faraz after midnight. "I saw the car," he whispered, "that night. White Corolla. It stopped near the old warehouses. Another vehicle was waiting. Who was driving?" The warden shook his head. "I couldn't see, but the other car, it had government plates." 10. The warehouses by Liari were long abandoned, home now to stray dogs and shadows. Faraz led the raid himself. Inside one, they found stains on the concrete floor. Blood, a lot of it. Forensics confirmed it 2 days later. Layla Karim was dead. The city exhaled in grief. 11. Bilal Qureshi was arrested the same evening. His lawyers moved faster than the news cycle. By morning, they were calling it a misunderstanding, a smear campaign. Adil Raza, they claimed, acted alone, but Faraz had the USB and something else. 12. Adil Raza was found before he could leave the country. Dead. Car crash on the highway. Single vehicle. No witnesses. Faraz stared at the report. "They're cleaning up," he said. 13. At Layla's funeral, rain soaked the mourners. Samina Karim stood by the grave, unflinching. "My daughter believed truth survives," she said softly to Faraz. "Make sure she's right." Faraz nodded. He didn't know yet how much it would cost. 14. The trial was chaos. Evidence challenged. Witnesses disappeared. Judges transferred, but the public watched. Social media burned. International press picked it up. And then, unexpectedly, another USB surfaced. This one from Layla herself. Scheduled emails. "If you're watching this, it means I didn't make it." Her voice echoed through courtrooms and living rooms alike. She named names. She showed faces. She told the whole story. 15. Bilal Qureshi was sentenced to life imprisonment. 3 police officials went down with him. The ride-hailing company issued apologies and restructured, too late to save face. Karachi moved on, as cities do. But some nights, Faraz still saw that CCTV footage in his sleep. The moment Layla stepped into the car, trusting a system that failed her. 16 months later, Faraz visited Layla's old desk at the Crescent Herald. A sticky note was still there, in her handwriting. "Truth is a journey. Some rides are one way." He closed his eyes. The last ride she ever took, he whispered, was the one that changed everything. And for the first time since that night, Faraz allowed himself to believe that maybe, just maybe, Layla Karim had gotten where she meant to go.